There's a reason they spend more money protecting his image than investigating his actions. Because the second Obama's mask slips, so does everything they built around it. Russell Brand lit the match. The CIA just poured gasoline. And now, the explosion. You're about to see it all unfold.
No pressure. We might have all thought that Hulk Hogan was kind of cheesy, but in reality, he was someone who suffered a great deal to bring you the kind of truth that can only come through narrative storytelling. Maybe the character of Hulk Hogan is more authentic than the character of Barack Obama, who represented a certain kind of politics, a return to hope and change. But as it turned out, it was more of the same and a kind of hopelessness. Maybe the world of wrestling and the world of entertainment and the world of politics are all to a degree defined by masks. When Hulk Hogan's mask came off, we saw a man that had suffered for what he believed in. When Barack Obama's mask came off, we saw a man who had made us suffer for what he believed in, whether it was in 2008 or whether it was in the Russiagate hoax. So let us mourn the hero that is Hulk Hogan. May he rest in peace. And please let us revivify the kind of politics that may now flourish now that Barack Obama faces justice. That's all from me. No pressure. We might have all thought that Hulk...
Let me get this straight, man. We live in a time where a British comedian is showing more courage than our own press corps. Russell Brand just said what millions feel, but few dare to admit. Hulk Hogan suffered for what he believed. Obama made us suffer for what he believed. And that right there flips the entire script. They packaged him as hope, but the real story? It was despair disguised in a suit and teleprompter. If Hogan wore a mask to entertain, Obama wore one to manipulate. And when it finally came off, he wasn't a hero. He was a weapon aimed at our values. And just when the mainstream tried to play dumb, the CIA came in and said, nope, we got receipts.
Referrals to the DOJ.
Well, Maria, so part of what came out last week was about how John Brennan, Clapper, Comey, they all pushed the known fake Steele dossier into intelligence community assessments and as the basis for Crossfire Hurricane and all that. But what hasn't come out yet and what's going to come out is the underlying intelligence that I have spent the last few months making recommendations about final declassification and sent that to the Department of Justice that will come out in the John Durham report classified annex. And what that intelligence shows, Maria, is that part of this was a Hillary Clinton plan, but part of it was an FBI plan to be an accelerant to that fake Steele dossier, to those fake Russia collusion claims by pouring oil on the fire, by amplifying the lie and burying the truth of what Hillary Clinton was up to. And you're right, Maria. John Brennan testified to John Durham in August of 2020. He also testified to the House Oversight Committee in 2022. Hillary Clinton testified before John Durham under oath in 2022. James Comey testified before the Senate committee in September 2020. All of that's within the last 5 years. And much of that testimony is, frankly, completely inconsistent with what our underlying intelligence that is about to be declassified in the Durham Annex, what that reflects. And so, you know, Pam Bondi does have a strike force. It is a different Department of Justice, a different FBI, and an opportunity to look at how these people really did conspire to run a hoax, a fraud on the American people and against Donald Trump's presidency. And so coming forward, we understand that they did this, but now we need to understand how they did this. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why you see the left losing their minds over this, Maria, saying, why are you spending time? This is vindictive. You're going back. This is Donald Trump, you know, seeking retribution. It's not. Donald Trump's election by the American people was a statement, Maria. They said to everyone, we know what you did to Donald Trump, and we reelected him because we know this was all fake. We know it was a hoax. Now we want to understand how you did it so that it can't happen again. And that's what this declassification process that we're undergoing right now, what's going on, why it's so important. and why there can be accountability and preventability to prevent these same people that did it in 2016 with the Steele dossier, with the Hunter Biden laptop in 2020 from doing it again in the future.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for.
So it was Hillary's plan. The FBI ran it as an accelerant. It was all fake. Just let that sink in for a second, everybody. Like, let it marinate. The FBI used a lie to try and destroy a sitting president, which with Obama watching over it all, might I add. This wasn't just about Trump. It was about controlling you. They poured oil on fake fire while America burned in real time. And guess who kept smiling through it all like he had nothing to do with it? Barack Hussein Obama. So here's the question, Team Think. How many times can you be lied to before you stop calling it leadership? And right on cue, here comes Al Sharpton, dragging out the same old guilt shield to cover Obama's crimes.
Now, in the midst of all the drama over Epstein, Trump and his allies are trying hard to distract the country by going after black political leaders, alive or dead, with the DOJ launching a strike force to investigate former President Obama for allegedly trying to undermine Trump's victory in 2016, and the administration dumping out 60-year-old Martin Luther King files against King's family's wishes. I've got some thoughts on all of this coming up, but what's your reaction?
Let me tell you, Reverend Al, I know Tulsi Gabbard better than Donald Trump knows Tulsi Gabbard, and Tulsi Gabbard is lying. What is going on with Tulsi is that she likes to be in the spotlight, and Donald Trump, because her intelligence report disagreed with his assessment on Iran, she's kind of been persona non grata lately. And so she just concocted this to try to get back into his good graces.
Oh my gosh, these people, they sound like this is like the elementary line of thinking right here, man.
And to his good graces, because that is what a simpleton that Donald Trump is. And that's all what this is all about. There's absolutely no legs to this. There's no truth to this. Even a former CIA agent said that it was just a bunch of bull. And Tulsi is literally just trying to make sure that she can keep her job and stay relevant. That's what this is all about.
So this is their game. If you question the lies, you're just trying to stay relevant. If you expose the truth, you're working for Trump. But here's what Rep Veezy, I think that's how you say his name, he didn't tell you on MSNBS. Tulsi Gabbard didn't make this up. The CIA backed her up. And yet, they still try to spin it like she is the problem somehow. It don't make sense to me. They love shouting, protect democracy, while covering up freedom. So ask yourself, why is it always the truth tellers that get targeted while the liars get promoted? They get pushed up. This ain't about left or right. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's about exposing the machine they're trying to keep hidden from you. Makes no sense. But the louder they lie, the faster their support crumbles.
And speaking of polling, a new Wall Street Journal poll shows Democrats getting their lowest approval number among voters in 35 years, with Republicans outperforming them by nearly 20 points. How big of a red flag should this be for Democrats a year before the midterms? And what can they do to improve their perception among voters?
It's red everywhere, Rev. And it's not just a red flag. This is a blaring red alarm that Democrats should not ignore. And I say that thinking about how angry people are, because Democrats specifically ran on a platform in 2024 about how dangerous Donald Trump is, how he would lead an authoritarian type of regime in this administration, and how he is now acting on that. And Democrats have yet to formulate an explicit, comprehensive response to someone that they identified as a threat. They're not treating him as a threat. There's these attempts to use normal tactics in politics that no longer apply to the playbook or the reality that we're experiencing. And I think it's important for Democrats to listen to this and recalibrate, even including how they treat candidates who do excite voters, who do expand the number of people engaging in elections. And of course, I'm talking about New York City mayoral candidate, the Democratic nominee, Zohran Mamdani. The fact that Democrats have not overwhelmingly endorsed his campaign and then see this type of polling, which show them down, means that they need to reset themselves, not only in responding to Donald Trump, but also in engaging younger candidates who are expanding the base and exciting the public, because that's something that they're going to need critically in 2026.
Democrats are so lost. They're now floating communists as mayoral candidates. And still, they're shocked that their poll numbers are in free fall. Net 30%. That's not a decline. That's a nosedive, bro. You can't scream, Trump is evil, while promoting, actual authoritarianism. These people are so stupid, man. Even the ones who voted for Obama twice are waking up now. Because after all the speeches, scandals, and spin, what do we really have to show for it? Honestly, what is out there for us to show for it? Besides censorship, what else? Division and excuses. Team think. If this is what progress looks like, why does it always ends with us losing more freedom? And just when you think it couldn't get any more obvious, the internet turns prophecy into parody. Look at this. Trump actually reposted this on his True Social. Obama in the front seat of a white Bronco being chased by a dozen police cars. At first it's comedy until you glance at it a little longer. Then you realize this is where the people are at now. We've moved past pretending. We've moved past giving the benefit of the doubt. They mock Trump for being unpresidential. But now they memeing Obama as a fugitive. It's not just satire, man. That's a national shift in tone right there, man. But sometimes the mask doesn't fall off. Sometimes it gets ripped off by a body bag.
Fox News Alert, we have new information tonight in the drowning death of Obama's personal chef, Tafari Campbell. The Massachusetts State Police responded to our FOIA request and released their report with some redactions. According to the report, Obama was on the scene shortly after Campbell went missing. Report also states an unmanned female staffer jumped into the water when Tafari fell off his board, but it was already too late. He disappeared. We also now know that Secret Service has surveillance footage of Campbell from Obama's compound moments before he entered the water. So we're going to see if we can get that, and we may have that for you. Again, we're very, very sorry for Tafari's family.
Yes.
That was Fox.
Definitely. Before I even say anything, thoughts and prayers and condolences goes out to Tafari's family. I mean, a grown man, an athletic chef, drowns in 4 feet of water, they said. On Obama's property. With paddle boat footage missing. I'm just learning the staffer tried to save him and they said it was too late. Too late for what? This wasn't a storm. It wasn't a cliff. It was a calm pond. And now that new evidence is surfacing, why is every story around Obama tied to secrets, sealed files, or silence? The legacy they worship would turn into the scandal they can't outrun. They keep saying questioning Obama is off limits. They called it racist. They called it hate. But here's the truth. It was just early. And now everything they tried to bury is clawing its way back to the surface. Obama's era is collapsing. The truth is definitely way louder than it's been. And same thing. We're not waiting for permission to say it. We're going to continue to call it like it is. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. Could be saving their life. Also, I know I'm on vacation. Well, vacation is actually wrapping up. And to everybody who kept telling me, yeah, man, make sure you enjoy your vacation. I really appreciate that. I have been enjoying my vacation. But, you know, in the meantime, in between time, yeah, make time to make sure that I can keep y'all updated on what's going on. I mean, I'm watching too out here like, again, be safe. Go check on somebody today. Do that for me.